Timing and luck can play a significant role in anyone's journey, no matter how famous they are. Well, even the most well-known individuals can face setbacks and challenges that require them to put in extra effort or make unexpected contributions. Hello and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're bringing an update on Andrew Tate's release from house arrest in Romania. How's it happened? Let's join us together to reveal the main plot. You see, Andrew Tate's popularity is a whole roller coaster of controversy. I mean, the guy's been in the spotlight for a bunch of reasons, and most of them aren't exactly on the positive side. But guess what? He only needs fame no matter what means it comes to him. You remember him from Big Brother, right? He was in the house, but things went south when he used a belt to hit a woman. That got him the boot, and on top of that, he was dropping offensive comments all over social media. It's kind of crazy how these actions can stir up a lot of attention. And you won't believe what shot him to fame, the whole Big Brother stint. It's all this situation. He's this kickboxing champ with 4 ISKA titles, the first one back in 2009. So yeah, he's got this mixture of reality, TV, and kickboxing glory that's got people talking. But then there's this whole other side to him, the so-called king of toxic masculinity. Yes, you read that right. A lot of people see him as a real concern, especially for younger guys. It's like his whole persona is wrapped up in this controversial vibe. Now, things haven't been all rosy for him. He got banned from a bunch of social media platforms, which put a dent in his influence. I guess that's what happens when you're pushing boundaries. Furthermore, he's doing some commentator gigs for extreme fighting in Romania. Talk about a twist, right? Reports are even saying his students from universities are flooding social media to give him a boost, picking the most controversial stuff to share. It's like a whole strategy behind his online presence. While on the other side of the coin, Andrew Tate was involved in serious crime, it's striking how the gravity of the charges against him, rape, human trafficking, and forming a criminal gang, has sent shockwaves to the news. And the fact that his brother Tristan and even 2 Romanian women are caught up in this intricate web just adds to the complexity of it all. It's like a plot from a crime thriller, but unfortunately it's real life. And you know what makes this matter interesting? The constant denial from both Andrew and Tristan. In the face of such allegations, one would expect some caution or maybe silence, but they've been pushing back against the accusations. It's almost like a high-stakes game of words. The legal machinery is certainly in motion, so as evidenced by the recent charges from house arrest to judicial control, a decision handed down by the Bucharest Court of Appeals. This is a significant development, and it seems like the authorities are keen on ensuring the Tates remain within the country's boundaries and far away from any potential interference with the alleged victims, witnesses, or anyone linked to the case. This level of oversight underscores just how seriously they're treating this matter. Switching gears to Andrew Tate's journey, his release from more than 7 months of house arrest is nothing short of a turning point. The fact that he's out now, considering the weight of the charges against him, is a real twist in the whole story. It's fascinating how the legal system is allowing for such shifts in his circumstances. Whereas the whole saga has garnered substantial attention. From the gravity of the accusations to the twists in legal proceedings, it's become a true spectacle. It's almost as if it's not just a legal case anymore, but a story that's captured the public's imagination. It's a reminder of how the intersection of fame, crime, and the judicial process can create a compelling narrative that people can't help but follow. As the trial appears on the horizon, one can't help but wonder how this whole saga will eventually unfold. With all the facts, denial, legal proceedings, and public attention, it's shaping up to be quite a journey through the complexities of the social system and human behavior. Interestingly, both he and his brother Tristan were detained and charged back in June. However, Tate and his brother sound in a complicated trap. I remember they were detained in December over concerns they might try to leave the country, right? And that's when they were put in preventative custody while the investigation was going on. It's got to be tough to be held like that, and then after more than 7 months in house arrest, Tate's finally out and wasted no time, huh? He went straight to Twitter. Wonder what he had to say after all that time. It's pretty wild how the whole thing unfolded. Fast forward to June, Romanian prosecutors charged Tate, Tristan, and a couple of their friends, and it looks like they might be headed to trial. These allegations are really serious, attracting women under the pretense of relationships and then forcing them into creative, explicit content online. It all started back in April 2022. Tate's been standing firm and denying everything, though, and it's quite the legal drama, that's for sure. In a while, things got intense when the American embassy in Bucharest tipped off the Romanian authorities about the 21-year-old American citizen who was supposedly being held against her will in an apartment owned by the Tates. It's crazy how these kinds of things can come to light. And talk about some serious actions by the Romanian authorities. They didn't hold back. They seized the Tates' assets, and we're talking about assets worth millions. Real estate, luxury vehicles, fancy watches, and even cryptocurrencies and shares. That's quite a move to take. And as you all know, Andrew Tate is quite a controversial figure, and with each passing day, he's got a massive following on Twitter, around 75 million followers. It's surprising considering the kind of criticism he's faced for his remarks that many consider sexist and his stance on toxic masculinity. Undoubtedly, social media is playing a role of being a double-edged sword. The official release from house arrest on August 4, 2023 of the Tate brothers happened, and now guess who was right on time to drop some fresh news? BBC News, of course. They never miss a beat when it comes to these things. And no surprise here, the aftermath is just as big as you'd expect. I mean, it's like throwing a stone into a calm pond and watching those waves spread out. The whole situation is causing a stir. The brothers managed to win their appeal against the house arrest charges, which means they're no longer stuck in the Bucharest compound and can move around. According to the BBC, there are some strings attached to their newfound freedom. They've got these judicial controls hanging out over their heads until October. What does that mean, you ask? Well, they've got to follow a few rules. First off, they've got to keep reporting to the police whenever they're ordered to. Plus, if they're planning to switch up their addresses, they need to let the officials know. It's like a check-in system for sure. But wait, there's more. They can't be reaching out to those female Romanian associates who are also part of the case, and they can't get in touch with any of the alleged victims or witnesses either. It's a bit like being on probation with some serious consequences if they break any of the rules. They could end up back under house arrest or worst, detained by the police. Here's something interesting. Their trial isn't happening anytime soon. We're talking a few years down the line, so this change in their situation doesn't speed up the legal process. It's just that they've got a bit more freedom to leave their compound for now. Certainly, there is a big twist in their ongoing saga, don't you think? That's the end of the video though. If you enjoyed this video, please support our efforts by hitting the like, share, and subscribe button on this channel. Until next time.